I just
Just snorting lines
swallowed my
over
own
there?
spit. It's recorded right now. That's fine. We're gonna have to cut that part.
We're already 2 seconds in. Have to cut it. John's out.
Okay. Okay. All right, guys.
Or you could do
Welcome.
like a.
Come on, Bill. I'm in the middle of something, man.
I was going, man. I'm ready to
All
go.
right, guys. Welcome to The Dose. I am your host, Daniel Michaels. As you see below my cam box here, I'll be the main host here with the occasional co-host of Austin Leonard, which is on the left side of your screen. That's the redhead with the camera. Yeah, wave one more time.
Oh,
Wave
hi,
one more time.
hi, people.
Yeah, hi people. That's my boy, the awkward one. And then on the far right, we got the dude.
That's what it is.
We got the dude in the suit. Now he's got a
That's
still
right.
image right now. That's John Hintz. He's gonna be our guest for our first little episode here. You know, he won't be a regular on the show, but he's definitely a guest that we're excited to have. Close friend of ours, right, Austin?
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Best friend.
I'm
Best
excited.
friend. Yeah.
We actually just feel sorry for him and just let him in our own circle.
Yeah.
That's what it
true.
is. I don't really know them very
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just one of those. You know what, guys? We got to include this guy. You know, he kind of a good guy to us. So, you know, let's include him. All right.
So the dose.
The dose. You know, gonna just be some good times. Compilation of good times in here. You know, whatever's on my brain, we're gonna talk about. If anyone that we have on there, the co-host or guest, has anything, then we're gonna talk about that. But I mean, it should be pretty easy, straightforward, just calm, cool, collected, and relaxed podcast, guys. So, without further ado, let's get into something we were talking about earlier, which was like homemade pizza. Now, I know we talked about it a little bit, but let's talk a little more.
Yeah, so I brought it up to Dan and Austin because my girlfriend, who I'm going to go spend the weekend with, she mentioned that
Typical.
her mom is actually going to make homemade pizza. And I'm just like, okay, cool. As a pizza lover, I'm down.
And a picky eater, as we
Yeah,
might add.
like as a dude that loves pizza, I'm down. But then she asked the question, but do you like homemade pizza? And then I realized, wait a minute, is there even a difference? And so I had to ask Dan and Austin their opinions because I didn't even realize that was a thing or that there was a difference.
Yeah.
So I've actually done it myself where my parents asked me over and they were like, we bought all these ingredients, we got the crust, sauce, all these different cheeses and toppings, and then we would do it ourselves. And I mean, the act is a lot of fun, but the actual pizza in itself, the final product,
Just
is
mediocre.
not the same.
It's just
It's
mediocre.
just okay.
Yeah, you're not getting Papa John's.
I mean,
Right, you're not getting
Would
this
I'd
high
rather-
quality pizza.
would I rather spend $80 like whenever I've been drinking and
$80.
order
Okay.
all this pizza?
That's a good segue. Wait a
All
second.
right, yeah, we
80.
need to-
Hold on.
We need to curb this habit that
Hold
you have.
on.
That's not good.
Yeah. Wait. Why are you spending $80 on pizza? What are you doing? Feeding homeless people?
No, we spent
Yeah.
$80 on alcohol.
No. Okay. What you're not doing is feeding homeless people. So don't lie to the people here.
No, I'm a great guy. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I
You're
let
a great
John
guy,
in a
but-
friend group.
But
he said
but-
he said he'd rather spend $80 on alcohol than on homemade pizza.
yeah. That's
Pretty much.
That's affirmative. We know that.
I'm
That-
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
in the world of what do you do again?
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you
Professional
do
fun
again?
haver.
Sorry. What is your job title again? Because all I
Well-
see on social media is rage.
Yeah, I mean, as the people can sure see, I am playing golf today. That was what I did.
As
so
we
I'm
can see,
basically a
you're a rage
professional
monster.
golfer.
Wait,
You're
you're
a
not
race
naturally a strawberry?
Wait, did
Oh
you just
no,
say,
I'm not actually.
Did you just say you're a professional
you're not a cherry
golfer?
origin.
Believe it or not.
Wait.
Cherry ethnicity.
Professional golfer.
So
Is that what we're
I
claiming
do-
now?
No, because my
Okay.
golf game does not reflect that.
Okay, I was gonna ask
However-
what are you shooting? Because that was gonna be the
How-
next question.
Yeah. So
So answer the
we can
question.
get we what do I shoot? Well,
Stop trying to curve.
So
What do
basically,
you shoot- what do you shoot,
I
big fella?
probably- Well, we did the wolf game where
And
You
yeah, I
can-
mean big fella because you're getting big these days. All the drinking you're doing, but you know, keep going. Keep going.
I did put myself on a diet like last week.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. All right. So you played this wolf game.
So you can choose to be alone and compete against the other people in your group.
Okay.
Or you can choose somebody in the group to be your teammate and basically play it that way. And we had somebody keep the score, and I got second in foursome. So I mean, I probably shot high 80s, low 90s.
So
Like,
so
I'm not a good golfer.
so you got carried.
Wait,
He got
is it like
carried.
best ball?
He got carried.
No, 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 no. It's not. I didn't get carried because
John. He got carried.
Bro, he just said he shot in the 80s. I want to see that.
Yeah, I don't believe 80s at
why
all.
I play way more golf than both of you now.
Bro.
180s.
Bro, drunk you, no chance.
No way.
I will.
No way you're gonna
Hole
hit that
hole
on the
number
fairway.
hole number
No, no,
2
so-
done.
No, no, no. So here's the thing. There's a sweet spot. Okay, there's a sweet spot. You can hit. It's probably like 4 Coors Lights and a fireball shot.
Wait. So out in this corporate thing, you're out here drinking Coors Light, like being that bro, just like bringing your own Camel cooler and stuff.
No,
Well,
but
no.
everybody's drinking it with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right, bro. He's Camel coolered out.
No, no. I'm
can't
not bringing.
tell me
I'm not
you-
strapping the Yeti on the golf cart.
Oh, I believe
Just-
that though.
I would if they
know.
let me.
I know some people do that.
Oh, absolutely. They've got to. I mean, I'm out in nature, fellas.
Nature does.
I feel like there's no way you're getting any fairways in regulation or greens in
That's not-
regulation.
bro, I don't know what
10,
like
10 cores in.
bro, like there's no way this golf course had to be like for like high school kids.
No, it's not a links course. It's a country club, Stonebriar, out in McKinney.
So you're hitting from the
And-
women's tees there.
I am not.
Yeah.
I am not. I am not. I don't know why they think I'm such a terrible golfer. I have got a little slice in my drive. There's no doubt about that. But you can play the slice.
Bro,
But going back to what John just said, no, you're right. 10 Coors Lights into it, you're not performing, to your potential.
Right, so how
But there is a
are you
sweet
hitting
spot.
at 80?
And this fool
Because-
acts like he's Tiger Woods on 10 beer.
Right, hold on.
No,
Shooting in the 80s.
How are you shooting in the 80s, bro?
I said high 80s to low 90s. Is that really unrealistic to you guys? Do you
Yeah,
not believe it?
I think
I
you,
will-
I think you don't even touch 80 if we're being honest.
I'd like to
I
bet
will-
Chipotle on that.
Mid 90s, high 90s. That's where I get
I'm
it.
No.
gonna say low 100s, high 90s.
You guys are terrible friends, actually.
Bro, I
If
gave
you
you the
believe
mid.
that.
Come on, man. I gave you mid.
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you what the score was.
Okay, fine. So we're gonna try to take it at your word and say that you somehow hit in the 80s. Somehow.
Okay. Okay.
So you go to this thing. You play second. Is that
Yes.
what I'm hearing? Okay, so
Yes.
you beat everyone else but one person at your job. These execs that golf their whole life.
No, I'm not saying that I'm out with like execs all the time. We'll take other clients out. Not everyone late 60s and they've been golfing since Arnold Palmer days.
Okay, so who'd you golf with today?
So today I took a couple carriers out, which are the clients that actually entertain us.
Yeah,
we returned
just
the
call them
favor.
clients. Just call them clients.
Okay, fine.
Not carriers.
So we took we took some clients out and
Make it sound like an aircraft carrier coming out here like picking up people like what's up?
well,
Or like
you
a
never
big
know.
Uber or something.
So no, it wasn't anything like that. I mean, we had 2 foursome groups, so we had 8 people out there total.
Okay.
About 5 of the 8 were employees that work in the same office,
Okay.
and then we took a couple clients out, and they also work all together. So we've known them for a couple of years. I'd say the guy that we took out was in his mid-30s.
Okay.
You know, it's not like he's Jordan Spieth out here or anything, but he's been playing golf for a little bit, and he's the one that won in our group, and then I got second. But keep in mind, there was a time that I chose to be the lone wolf, and you get more points when you go against everybody yourself. It was a par 3. I birdied it. Everyone else parred it, so I got more points.
So you can choose by hole to be like, this is my hole. I'm lone wolfing
Ex-
this.
But if you want to be a lone wolf, you have to choose it before everybody shoots. You can't look at everyone's shot and be like, oh, yeah, I did better, so I'm going to be the lone wolf. Like, you have to
Okay.
call your shot before everyone else.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
question: Have you ever played with like somebody that was terrible?
Yes,
For
today.
sure, bro.
Is it awkward? Like, do you feel like it actually impacts the business relationship?
If the person is a tryhard and they're like, no, I swear I'm better than this, and they take their time and they line up every shot and they hit it 10 yards because they hit off a hosel or in the ground or something, and then they go over there and line up and they stand over the ball for 5 minutes, then it's really bad. Then
Yeah, that's
we don't want
mad
to do anything
embarrassing,
with
bro.
like it is, and you got people behind you at that point watching it, and it's just not good.
Right,
that
you're out
is
there
bad
like
for-
trying way hard and still
But-
not doing well.
Exactly, but if they're not good and they come into it like, yeah, like, I appreciate the invite, guys. I'm having a good time. We can talk. We can do what you want. I will pick my ball up when I need to. Like, I will just go with the flow. That's no big deal. No big deal at all.
Okay.
Interesting.
So
Yeah, I mean, because you're not out there to be Tiger Woods. You know, you're just trying
no, what? Yeah.
Exactly.
to
No,
have a
no,
good
no.
time.
We're trying to annihilate competition. What do you
But see,
mean?
that's the thing. If you come there and you're like, I'm super competitive, I am going to beat you. Like that's not good either. We don't
That's
want that.
that's a lie.
I don't want
All
that.
the business world is all closet competitive. So even if y'all passive aggressively are like, we're just out here to have
Exactly.
fun. Everyone's like looking
Well,
at each other like each stroke, like, oh, yeah,
well,
forget
exactly.
this
It's
guy. Like,
closet competitive. It's
I'm
not
way better
like
than him.
it's not like I'm gonna Mamba mentality somebody. Like
I mean, you should though, to be honest. Like,
if I was paid to play, well, I guess I am paid to play.
I mean, do you want to be
Oh,
an
Yeah, maybe
exec
I
or
should.
no? Is my thing. It's like,
Man, sounds like Dan's gonna be one of these people that nobody wants to play golf with.
Yeah, I guess
yeah,
he's
bro.
not
I
actually
mean,
gonna be a
like,
business.
yeah, no, not at all, dude. Like, I'm definitely one of those guys. Like, the moment that we go out and do anything, like, it's a competition. Like, John, like, dude, I'm racing people home. Like,
So
bro, this
Dan's gonna
this
be
is a
like
race.
making people stand in water to hit their shot and
Yeah,
stuff.
bro.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. Bro. If I can see it, you're hitting it, bro. If I can, bro, if the water is crystal clear and I see your ball by the fountain, bro, you going for a swim.
Yeah, okay, Dan. So are you gonna be that dad that does not let his kid win ever, like Gary V?
Yeah, I actually think that's good because I mean, I guess like me growing up, maybe this is what led to my competitiveness. Like my dad never let me win, dude. Like we'd play in the freaking, like we'd play all the time. Like I would challenge him the moment he came home. I'm like, all right, 1v1 me, old man. Like let's get this going. And he's just like beating my shot, like posting me up. Like I'm like, God dang, like what's going on around here? So to be honest, for like after like he started wailing on me, I was like, oh man, I'm not playing anymore. And then it was like middle school, dude, and I could tell he's slowing down. I'm like, hey, Dad, you want to play? He's like, yeah, let's go play. Bro, running circles around them. Circles.
For
if I middle school,
anybody who
last
might be
year.
listening, or if anybody hasn't, what the base of my question was, Gary V in multiple interviews has said that he does not let his kid beat him at anything.
Whenever, dude.
So, and so the prime example he uses is in basketball. And he's
Yeah.
like, I think I don't know if it's a daughter
It's his
or a
son.
I
It's
think
his
it's
son. It's his son.
Yeah, he's like, my son will beat me whenever my son is able to beat me, but I will
Right.
never just let him beat me.
I think
Yeah.
that's fair, dude. Like I don't like cuz whether we want to admit it or not, dude, as a kid, like we definitely know if our parents are trying 100. Like you can
Right.
tell, man. Like and like it's a little demeaning whenever you're out there playing and your dad's like letting you like blow by him and you're like, "Come on, man, like if anything, I'm trying to get better, so like can you D me up like for real? Like
Man,
D
but
me
like,
up, dog. Like
you
come
gonna
on."
D up your 7-year-old? Like,
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
beating that shot.
both of you?
Beating
Oh,
it.
are you surprised that I would?
And I'm goaltending, bro.
Aren't you worried that you're gonna discourage him from
Then he
continuing
wasn't
sport?
right for
I
that sport.
wasn't discouraged.
He wasn't
I
right for
mean,
that
yeah.
sport then, right? I mean, like if he can't handle that competition just from me, someone
So
that loves him,
we're trying to
bro,
build
he
we're
ain't.
trying to build some LeBrons out here is what I'm hearing.
Nah, if we were
I
doing
know my
that, if
future wife is gonna get so mad at me about not letting my son win anything.
bro, if we were building LeBrons, we would just walk out and come back on draft day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
see you on draft day.
See on draft day, son. Like make him go through the struggle, bro. Like think about it. Like
Yeah.
I think we talked about it one time, dude. You look at all these freak athletes, and it's like you hear their stories, and they're like, I ain't got no dad. Like my mom was busting it, so like I wanted to work even harder at my craft. Like that's what gave them that almost like overdrive mentality. It's like, well, I gotta make it. Like, dude, I talked to so many like, you know, my sister went to TC play volleyball. I mean, I'm already telling y'all that stuff, but went to TC play volleyball, and like you talk to these like athletes that are just there, dude. And they're like, I ain't got no dad. Like, I got my mom, so I gotta grind at this. Like, I gotta go to the NFL. There's nothing else. And it's like, I've never, like, I can't imagine, like, if you have that type of drive behind you, like, it's either fail or make it. Like, it's literally only those
Right.
two options, dude. Like, you can't tell me you can't accomplish some crazy stuff, dude. Like, there's no
And
way.
I think that mentality, I mean, obviously it's very different, and the motivating factors behind it are different. But
Right.
I think a lot of people going into the medical field have that mentality of like, this is the only thing I can see myself doing, and I have to succeed. And so that's why you have like what we refer to as gunners, these people that just jump the gun on everything because they want to be the best no matter
Yeah.
what. But
Dude,
like, it leads to a lot of success in a lot of ways.
I was about to say, I think, like, although there are some times where it fails, but like, dude, overall, that's a good quality in my opinion to like have. Like,
Wanting to be the best.
yeah, dude,
Oh yeah, I
like
mean,
I
as
just
somebody who always wants to be the best, I agree with you.
like that's why like we're saying, dude, I'm beating my son's shot into the freaking pool. Like that dude's going for a swim to get the ball. Like, bro, ain't nothing. I'm goaltending, dude. Like if we're playing on a small one, I'm goaltending, pinning his stuff 24/7. Like he's gonna have to have some
See,
sick moves. Like he's gonna have to be a beast.
I think that I would be one step below that,
Like
where it's like
trying,
I,
but not like all out.
yeah, like I don't think I would let him win every time, but I think I would let him think he could. If the effort is there, he could. And I think that is what I want to instill in my kid is that if you work hard enough, it is possible to see the rewards and the results that you want. You have to remain optimistic that you can get it. Like you can grab it if you want it and you work for it.
Yeah, I want
I mean,
the.
if I had a son and we're just playing basketball outside just for fun, and let's just be real, he doesn't really like the sport. He's not that good. I'm not gonna try and, you know, destroy his life on
I'm
the
gonna beat
court
him though.
at
Hey,
that
you're gonna
point.
beat him though.
I mean, I'm probably gonna beat him,
Yeah, you're
but
gonna beat
well, I
him.
don't know.
There's
At,
no
at that
probably.
point,
You gonna beat him.
at that point, yeah,
It's
probably.
You gonna beat him.
different if he wants to do it. If he's like, Dad, this is the sport I want to do. Then it's
Exactly.
like
That's what I'm saying. Like, what
then
is
it's
his
like
mentality
okay,
behind it?
yeah.
Bro, see
Or
my
her? I guess we probably just lost all of our female
dude. No, 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 no.
demographic
I
at
mean, even
500.
dude, even with my daughter, like if she's like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this because I feel like every girl out there is like wants to play soccer. Like if they play some sports like soccer, like or volleyball, it's like I want to play soccer, or
Right.
volleyball. Like you don't really get girls that like right off the rip are like I'm gonna be a basketball star. Like they start in something else or like
Right.
softball, right? Whenever they get real little. But like, dude, if my daughter's like, oh, I want to play soccer, right? Like I don't know much about soccer, so the first thing I'm gonna go do is go get like the dopest trainer I can find. But you better believe I'm still 100%. If she wants to go play outside, bro, we're still going 100. Like, still going 100. Daughter,
And that's
son, don't
I
matter.
mean, that's my strategy for most sports. Whatever like my son or daughter wants to do, it's like if this is what you want to do and you want to take it seriously, I'm gonna find the best trainer possible.
See, and I think that's
Right.
fair, but at the same time, like, I need to be involved in it so then I can,
Mm.
like, I need to be able to tell, like, if you go to this trainer and you're like, and the trainer's telling me, like, oh, yeah, she's doing great, like, at, let's say, like, golf, right? And then I go out and golf with her and she shank a pot. I'm like, bruh, like, she can't handle pressure. What are we doing?
Austin,
It's.
he's gonna be like that dad off Trophy Kids.
I know. I was just thinking that. Like, just destroying these 7-year-olds and just their
There's
self-esteem is
a
gone. They can't do anything with their lives anymore.
Nah,
there's a
bro.
dad
Those
there's a
girls
dad on the
make it.
documentary Trophy Kids, which is about just parents that live through their kids basically and are really really hard on their kids in sports. And there's a dad who's like 6 or 7 year old daughter who won junior
I was
nationals
about to
or
say, but is she a
worlds.
beast, though?
She in where we pick up in the documentary, I believe the previous year she won
Okay,
worlds,
so
I
she,
think,
so
Yeah,
she's a,
something
for
so
like
she's a
golf.
that.
tank.
But they show the current tournament, I guess spoiler alert, they show like that year's tournament, and I guess she was having like a couple off holes, and he is just laying into her like he is throwing a fit, like arms flailing, like you gotta make that shot. Just
Well,
hit
and
it
he's like
straight.
cussing out, he's like cussing
So,
her out too.
so,
Yeah.
so let
But
me.
but she's seeing this, and her game is getting worse and
And,
worse and
and
worse
she's
based
just
on his reaction.
shutting
She
down.
can't handle it, and she's shutting down. She doesn't even want to do it anymore.
Well, let me
That's the
say
last
this.
thing I want to do.
Let me say this. Let me say this. If she is like 6 or 7, okay, and and I will say in a sport like golf, that's probably the one thing that I'm not gonna be like in her head about because that has to be
Such
the
a mental game.
dude. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
mental, like.
Such
Yeah.
a mental game.
But like in basketball or something, like they make a dumb pass or something, bro. I'm expressing it. I'm like, what are you like? What are you doing?
Right.
Like something like that. They like in theory you could just shake off as a kid and be like, you know what? Like yeah, that was a dumb pass. Like I know now not to make that pass again. But in
I
something
mean,
like you know what I mean? But in like golf, dude, like come on,
I feel like
it's really.
basketball is the worst sport for it.
no way.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no, no. Worst sport in terms of like parents getting really
oh,
riled up and invested
Uh,
because like you as a basketball player, you're one of 5 people and in a continuous action sport where you touch the ball a lot. Whereas like if you have like if your kid's a receiver in football, it's like, oh, he might get 4 targets a game. Like
Well, I mean,
Right.
with
that could be in
basketball,
No, that
Yeah.
could be in basketball too, dude. Like, there's so many times when you play a game and like there's just role players who like literally just are there in case the main players like get held up with the ball and like they need a refresh. They throw it to the freaking scrub over here, and like that's
hmm
his role, dude. To play safe and dish it to the star. Like in every basketball team, there's that, dude. You look at you look at an NBA team. There's like 2 or 3 dudes that always get the rock, and the others are there just to like rebound and give it back to them. Like. Like they got them roles, bro. Like, come on.
Oh my gosh.
No, they are okay. Like, okay, let's look at like the Warriors, right? Like, if you got the starting five out there, like, first off, anyone else besides Steph and KD, when they get the ball, like, I guarantee their first instinct is throw it to Steph or KD. Like it just is. They know they're not as good. Like,
But you know what I
just
mean
pass the
though?
ball.
Like the four and the
I don't know,
five
man.
in
JaVale McGee's
basketball.
been working on his 3-pointer, so
Oh
he
my
might just let it fly now.
Oh my god.
I just feel like a sport. I don't know. To me, I guess to me, a person who played middle school basketball, like I feel like basketball is more involved than a lot of other sports, and I think there's a lot of opportunities for kids to mess up, and then their parents just rip them.
I mean,
Yeah.
there is definitely a lot of opportunity to mess up whenever you're playing. I mean, like I agree with that. Like you could go for a crossover and like accidentally like like mishandle the ball and it like goes out,
hmm
right? And then it's like, I mean, that's all you like that. Like everyone's looking at you like, come on, bro, like learn how to dribble type thing. So then the next time you get the ball, you're definitely thinking like, I probably shouldn't hit that crossover.
Yeah.
like I could
That's
definitely.
never happened to me.
Right. Okay. So that's what I'm saying though. But like, no. But listen. Like, what I think though is if your parent like instills it in you correctly, like something like that, like would never phase you, dude. Like I look at so obviously, at the start, like I like wasn't a big fan of like the Ball family, right? But dude, like the way that their dad programs them like that and is so hard on them, like dude, I'm telling you, any of them like dribble off their foot, like miss. Dude, I saw like LaMelo get rim stuffed on a fast break, dude, with like in the fourth quarter, and he just shook it off like it didn't matter because it's like, and it's a close game, you know what I mean? And it's like,
Okay. Okay. So I have a question for you.
yeah,
How much of that do you think it is being instilled into the kid from their parents, or are the kids just naturally they have it? Like they
I
just they've got it.
I think it's instilled because one of their kids just like one of their kids you wouldn't think like would have it. The middle kid, they call him Jello, I guess, D'Angelo,
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't know. They call him Jello, but like he's like the middle kid. Like he doesn't have like the killer instinct like the other two, but like he's the same way, dude. Like he'll mess up and like you can see it doesn't even like get in his head. Like he's just like, oh, whatever. Like they just have that mentality of like, I'm better and I know I'm better than whatever just happened, so it's fine. Like I think that's a good mentality to have. Not I'm better than everyone, but like if I made a mistake, just knowing like I'm way better than that mistake I just made. Like it's a fluke. Like it's not
Right.
a big deal.
Right.
Do you
So
think that?
we
What?
You can go ahead.
we were actually having a conversation very similar to this in my office the other day, and it was from a parent's perspective.
Yeah.
Is it worth it to spend all the time and money and resources and whatever for, let's say, because everyone plays competitively now at a very young age. You got like basically third grade, like 8 years old,
Yeah.
till 18, spending all that money and private lessons and all the time driving around tournaments. I mean, we played AAU, Dan. You know, it's like going cross
Dude,
country
all over,
playing.
all the time.
I mean, it's year round. Okay, so it's a full time investment. And then the kid doesn't go to college because either he's not good enough or he chooses not to. He doesn't play anywhere. He doesn't go to the pros. Doesn't play overseas. Nothing. At that point, as a parent, are you looking back and you're thinking, man, was it worth it? Like,
So I
was it
talked
worth
to.
it to do all of that? I
So
mean, and of
I
course, you're
mean,
never really gonna know until it
well,
actually happens.
like me and you, like I mean, we can keep it real here. Neither of us went and like took what our parents invested in us technically and like did our
Right.
maximum ability with it. We both have had opportunities, but we didn't. You know what I mean? So like, I think from talking with my parents at first, I remember I always used to think to myself like, damn, like I failed. Like they put so much money in. Like I felt really bad about it. But talk. I think you got to talk with them, and I think that's kind of like where where the disconnect can happen. Because like if your parent is genuine with it and they really just did it because they love you and they wanted you to pursue your dream, like I
Right.
don't, like I don't think that's a problem. But like I think it all depends on the parent itself. Like as like I'm saying, like if I did all that for my kid and then at the end of the day he's like, uh, he pulled like a Nash, right? And he's like, I just don't want to play anymore.
Right.
Then it's like,
Right.
dude, like I gave you every opportunity. You ended up not wanting to do it, and that's fine. Like I gave you every opportunity to succeed, and if you chose not to, then that's fine. Like, but I can't say as a parent I didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'd rather do it and know that I did everything to help him than not do it.
Yeah, I think any parent that supports their kid in that manner out of love,
Yeah.
I think it'll always be worth it. But whenever you have parents that maybe provide that kind of support for the wrong reasons, where, maybe they're living vicariously through their
Mm-hmm.
kid, or, they just want their kid to be a professional so bad, and then they don't make it, that parent might not think it was worth it then.
Right.
Okay. So let's go back to the Ball family like Daniel brought up a minute ago. Let's say the youngest son, right? He just got pulled out of high school to go train for 2 years or whatever.
Okay.
Decides at the end of it, it's like, no, actually, I'm done. Like, I'm sure he's not going to. But let's just say
Yeah.
hypothetically, at that
Yeah.
point, he's like, Dad, I just don't want to play anymore. What do you think his reaction would be?
So I think LeVar Ball would be upset.
So okay, let me say that obviously no one knows how he genuinely is, and the way he
Right.
is on the show, it is his show, so he might be, he might be cushioning how he is, but on the like based on the version of him in the show, I think that like at first, yeah, he'd be kind of mad, but I think he'd actually take it really well. Like to be honest, um, like just based on how he is in the show, and that's why recently like people that I talked to at the gym or whatever that also used to share like this disliking for LeVar because he's out here saying he could be like MJ and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he's being outlandish and crazy, and that makes you dislike him. But like as I watch the show and get to know like him, and I guess like he gives a lot of his reasoning, so like personal interviews on why he did something, and it's like, dang, that's low key like a really good parent. Like I can't say that he's not a good parent. After watch, I'm like, dude, you're a way good parent. Like he spoils his kids for sure, but like, bro, he's a good parent. Like,
So all I know about him is not from the show, and so I think I have a
right,
pretty negative
yeah. That
perception
and
of
that's
him.
how I was. Like, dude, I had such a negative perception that when I saw the show pop up on Facebook, I'm like, bro, I don't even want to watch this. Like, this dude is so annoying. Like, I literally
Right.
can't stand him. And you watch the first episode and you're like, dang, maybe this dude's just like low key one of the world's greatest dads. Like dude, like that's how much of a change like happened when I was watching. I'm like, dang, bro, he's such a good dad.
Do you think it's just for the show, or do you think that's how he is?
See, I don't. His kids, and here's the other thing: they interview the kids, in like in the first episode, they're kind of like, like, how do you see your dad? Like, this is how the media portrays him, and this and that, and they pretty much like say that he is the way he is on the show. He's this loving guy that, yeah, he can push sometimes, but at the end of the day, he has their best interests at heart, and that everything he
Right.
does at the end of the day is for them. So yeah, he can go make a fool of himself, but he's doing it solely because he knows that this increases the like value of his kids. So like
Do you think it increases the value, or do
yeah,
you think that
I think it
some
does.
teams or organizations might be averse?
Well, it goes back to one of those things of like any, what is it? It's like all exposure is good exposure, something like that. I don't remember what like the saying is, but like any coverage that they get, the more their name is set out there, is just the more valuable it is. Like especially because they have a brand behind it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the more that he gets talked about and the more that his sons get talked about, the more it's likely that some 12-year-old kid is like, I'm gonna go look up what this is about and finds Big Baller Brand and like starts buying merchandise. You know what I mean?
Right. You
Like,
can't say he's not a genius marketer.
yeah, dude, he is.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't know if, like, from an institutional standpoint, if like the Chicago Bulls are like, man, LaMelo's a good player, but we really don't want to have to deal with LeVar.
Well, and that was the
I
big
think the
thing that
front
they
office
said.
is definitely going to look at that. I mean, let's look at the Lakers.
Yeah,
They
that was the
interviewed
big
Luke
thing they went.
Walton.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I mean, they were really trying to figure out, like, do we need this? Is
Yeah,
it going to bring a problem to the locker room? Is it going to bring a problem? Whatever.
But let's also remember they were saying no with their mouths, but when it came to draft day, he still got them. Like,
Was he drafted first
Exactly.
overall?
I think he was
Was he
second. I thought.
second?
I think he was
Second,
second.
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 Because I had heard that whoever
He was second.
I had heard, I don't know how true it is, that the reason he wasn't taken first is because of LeVar.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really know if that's true.
From what I heard, the Lakers kind of like told him like, "Yo, we got you like on lock" type thing, and he was really committed to going to LA because he wants to stay with family.
Right.
Like,
And the 76ers had the first round pick,
yeah,
or the
bro.
first overall pick.
And I think that like it's one of those things like, if you're talking to a kid, and this is one of those spoiler alerts, they had a family like problem, like their mom had a stroke and like almost died. She like can't talk, barely knows how to walk, like type thing. So one of his main reasons, like, I need to stay in LA, like I need to stay in LA so I can be here like with my mom, like type thing. And I think whenever you're going into the NBA with that type of stuff and a team knows that, like, I feel like that, like, it's business at the end of the day, but if they know you don't want to be there, like, they're not gonna sign you, dude. Like no one's gonna keep you hostage, almost. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's just not good for them. So I don't know how much of all the talk is that they don't want to deal with LeVar and all that stuff is true, but think about it, like, whenever you're constantly, even as a family, like, I'm going to the Lakers, I'm going to UCLA. Like, why would another school even approach you? Like, you know what I mean? Like LaMelo's already like, well, I'm going to UCLA. Like, Jello, the middle kid, like, had offers everywhere, and he's like, well, I'm going to UCLA. Like, and you look at some of the offers that he didn't get because they're not even gonna waste their breath on it. Like, they know he's going to UCLA. Like, they don't, like, they're not going there. You know what I mean? So maybe that had a little bit of influence in it. I don't know for sure. I suggest everyone watches the show, though. I do suggest that.
Is it, how many seasons are out? Like, is it?
It's just one, and they put out a new episode every Sunday, and what's it? And what they do, they're like, let me look. They're like 20 minutes, yeah, and they only have 6 episodes out right now. But like, dude, it's good. Like, it is a good show, like, to follow a family, and it's not like that like Kardashian BS where it's like just fake reality.
I feel like
that stuff is
nowadays with
trash.
TV, it's like you don't really know what's scripted, what's real, what's not. Like,
Yeah,
it seems like it's safer to assume that whatever you're watching is
it's fake.
or
Yeah. I mean, or at least to an extent is fake. Like, I agree. Like, I mean, like, yeah, dude, there's no way half the stuff that goes on isn't scripted. Like, there's just no way, dude. Like, come on. Like, we live ordinary lives, right? And like, we know people that live like these outrageous like lives, but dude, none of the stuff that happens on TV happens to these people. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
so, speaking about basketball, though, what do you guys think about Oklahoma City now?
I'm actually surprised they pulled that around, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I was on, like, I was listening to Sports Center, and they're like, Russell Westbrook's out of here, and the next thing I know, they're like pulling out these big names that are coming like signed. I'm like, what? I'm like, how? Like, how does this happen? They actually have
I'm
a
just
good
always
team,
curious to know, like, did Hoodie Mello really want to go there? Because I know he's also looking at Cleveland, and it's like saying, oh, deal last minute. Like, how much pull did Westbrook have? And I know he's like, Houston was on the table. Apparently that deal fell through last second. Like,
I don't think he had a better option. I think the only one that he really would have chose over, like, if they both like worked out, would have been going to Houston.
I mean, let's be real.
I think
Melo just needs to find a spot to be able to at least go far in the playoffs, because he hasn't even done that in his career.
That's this team. Like, this team will go far, bro.
You think
so? Do you think they'll go far this year one?
Yeah, I actually think so oddly enough, I think they're gonna go through the honeymoon phase where year 1 and 2 are gonna be pretty good, and it's just gonna go so downhill from there.
Okay, here's my only concern with that team, and I'm a Mavericks fan, so I hope they lose every game. But let's be real.
You hate Oklahoma.
And I hate Oklahoma.
There it is.
But I love OU.
Minus OU.
So Boomer Sooner.
Boomer Sooner.
But let's look at how many shots Westbrook takes a game. You can put KD back on the team. They always had a conflict about who should take the final shot or how many shots should KD get. Now you put Melo on there. all he does is take shots. He can't do anything else really, and he's very prolific at that. He's amazing, right? And then you put Paul George on that, also a very high offensive threat. And then Westbrook comes off a season where he averages a triple double, shoots way too many shots, right, for a point guard, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to take the shots? What's the shot distribution going to look like?
Well, he's still main. He's still main, dude. He's getting most shots on that team. The offense is running through him, especially when you're the
I mean, and they just paid him like one of the biggest contracts ever. I mean, I think
it was the biggest.
The biggest contract.
It tops Steph Curry's.
Yeah, $233 million total for 6 years.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, if anything's going to say you're a number one guy, that's it, right? But how is that going to be taken by everyone else? I mean, you want to talk about being competitive. Obviously, if you make it to the NBA, surely you're competitive. Are you really okay if you're Melo? Are you really okay if you're Paul George? You just come in here and you're like, I'm just going to take second seed.
They're a role player.
Or third.
Bro. Yeah.
I mean, one of those guys have to take third seed. They've never had that position. Growing up in AAU, I'm sure, college, whatever, their former teams, they were never the number 2 guy, or let alone the number 3 guy.
What about all the like Olympic teams and world teams they play on, dude? They like when they go play on those teams, bro. They're not 1 and 2. Like you look at how they play with each other.
No, but that's a very different mindset.
Melo took over whenever he played on the Olympic team.
And
they did. But that's, I mean, you're gonna ride who's hot. Like, and if you're a good, like like I don't care how competitive you are at the end of the day. Competition is win or loss, bro. Like whenever you're in a team sport like that, so like it's one of those like if me and Austin are playing in a 2-on-2 tournament and Austin's cooking, bro, I'm immediately giving him the ball. Like even if I'm feeling myself, like I'm gonna be like, dude, do you so we can win. Like,
right.
And maybe there's 2 different levels of competition because like to me, the competition like at the end of the day is just win. Like if I play like trash and we win, I'm still hyped, bro. Like I'm hyped. We won. Like. And if I drop 50 and we lose, I'm salty.
But you're still hyped because you dropped 50.
Yeah, but I'm still kind of hyped because I dropped 50.
Like, so you have, and obviously this is just my opinion, I feel like if you go back a few years, you see Oklahoma City, you see Russell with debatably a better version of Carmelo Anthony in Kevin Durant.
Agreed.
And there was issues because he took so many possessions away from KD. You know,
but they're both young and immature. They're both young and immature at that point.
And you think that Russell would be more generous now with Carmelo? Or you're saying he doesn't have to be?
I think he doesn't have to be. I think the other two are not going to come in and be like, this is my show. Like, I just can't see that happening. They're, like, Melo's late in his career. Paul George is still, like, pretty early in his career. Like, dude, I just can't see either of them being like, this is my team now, move. Like, that would be like Russell going to the Pacers and being like, my team, Paul. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, even if you do, even if you do have a triple, no, I'm saying even if you did just average a triple double, like you're not going into someone else's team and saying this is mine now. Like I'm not going into Austin's house and being like, move, bro, you're sleeping on the couch. Like I'm in the bed. Like, you know, like it's just not how it happens. Like,
unless you're LeBron.
Exactly.
Miami is my house. Move over everywhere.
I will
Give
say
me your number.
I will say unless you're considered to be the best basketball player.
Oh my god.
Then that would be the difference. Then that would be the difference. LeBron or like Kobe mentality. Those are the differences. Like, because those people aren't gonna back down. Also, like they're not gonna back down.
I was dying laughing at that meme of like trying to figure out what there is to do in Oklahoma City. Like,
club
or anything we go to. Like, well, Apple like 11, so that's like all we got. I'm like, God, that's just true.
And Melo's just like got the hoodie on, just looking straight forward, like.
Yeah, I love that one.
Dude, I love Hoodie Melo.
Yeah, man. I mean,
because he's amazing.
He's kind of a beast.
Awesome.
He's kind of a beast.
He is good. He dropped 19 points the first their preseason game.
Yeah,
like, he's kind of a beast, bro.
It might have been the first half. I'm giving him too much credit. I think it was the first half, but still.
On the same topic of basketball, and this just popped into my head because I remember, the show. Do you guys actually think that Lonzo Ball can carry a team? Like, do you think that the Lakers are going to do better this season than they did last year? Like, essentially, they have kind of the same thing. They got like the Swaggy P effect and like these like young gunners, but like, bro, like, I feel like they don't have no potential to carry no team.
No, I think they're actually looking for Brandon Ingram to do the majority of lifting
That's what I'm
on the
saying.
team. But no, I mean, I have. Let's see. To be honest, I haven't watched Melo play.
See,
Not Melo.
I haven't either. Lonzo.
Okay,
Lonzo. I haven't
so
seen Lonzo play a whole lot, but I watched him play in college some, and it was right before the Sweet 16 tournament, and it was not good. He got his number,
yeah.
just getting cooked left and right, and then
Now,
I think it came out later that was the time that his mom was going
yeah,
that stroke, and I understand that that takes a heavy
bro,
effect,
that would
but
take an effect.
absolutely, but just
Yeah,
my
yeah,
little small sample size. No, to answer your question, I
yeah.
just don't see it.
I mean,
But
my
see, that's
thing.
all I have to go on too. Is just whatever like media
Okay,
highlights and whatever the media says.
bro, but if y'all look, okay, this is,
His shot's also ugly, and it really, really makes me mad.
bro. If you look up his summer league stats, bro, he killed it. Like
They're good.
he won the MVP of it in just straight dude. It's
Isn't he pass first?
his numbers were
Am I making that
ridiculous.
up? I always
Huh?
thought he was like a pass. Was he like a pass first player, or
Yeah,
is he
no,
just a
he
shooter?
is.
Yeah.
He's known for his assists, but like, dude, he went ballistic. So, here, hold on, I'll pull this up so everyone can see it. I'll send y'all the same link for the
Mhm.
stats here. There, check that out. As we can see here, bro, like he's a beast, man. He got, let's see, where is it? Free throw percentage, 100%, bro. 100. Like that's good within itself. Now, points per game, like 6.5. Rebounds per game, 5. Assists per game, 6. Like, those two numbers right there are really good. Now, okay, his 3-point percentage is whack. I feel like
But
there's
we're
no way that's
Oh, his
but we're
field goal
talking about
percentage is whack.
like,
but we're talking about carrying a team here. Like these
that's what I'm
stats
saying.
aren't
Yeah.
anything to say that I'm going to carry a team. Like
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think he can, but like, I just find it interesting that they kind of like hype him up with all of this.
They're acting like he will.
Right.
well, okay, right. Again, he's a genius marketer. Of course you're going to do. People are coming all over to get in line at the arena during the game to get like LeVar's autograph.
Yeah. Which
I
is
mean,
crazy. Which is
it
crazy.
blows my mind. But I mean, the association's like it's a business. We're gonna ride this coattail. We might as well. Of
Yeah.
course, they're gonna
So
hype it up.
I'm just
I mean,
really trying to
jersey
figure if
sales
he's gonna be
alone,
good.
like
where did they come from? Like, how did they get popular?
Bro, hold on.
his dad
You
being
never
absurd.
no.
I mean, his
These
dad
dudes
played
are
in the
on.
NBA, right?
Okay, so Lonzo.
I don't
Okay,
think so.
John. I mean, he was on a team, but he didn't.
In the NBA,
Yeah.
he averaged like what a half
Yeah, I
point
heard
a
he
game
did.
in
Yeah,
I heard
college.
he
it was
did
some.
How
not.
It
did
was.
he make it to the NBA?
It was something. He was some bench rider, bro. Just
In the NBA.
yeah. I think. I want to say he was like in the D League most of his time.
Even so, I'm impressed if that's the case. I didn't think
Not
that
really,
was true.
bro. At that point, you just gotta grind. Like, bro, you can make it at that point. No, so okay. So this is kind of what I was saying was that Lonzo and them, dude. Austin, I know you watch a lot of the hoop mixtapes and stuff. Like, that's where like they even before his dad started going outlandish. That's where he got all the hype, bro. Him in high school on his little select team was insane. He was
Lonzo was.
yeah, dude. He was like so much bigger and stronger and just you could tell he was ahead of everyone that was like playing with him, and he was just getting buckets, yamming on kids, like getting it. And then obviously he goes to college where people are like his same size pretty much, and he
Right.
can't, he can't be as dominant now. I mean, he was still good, but he wasn't as dominant by any means. You know
So
what I
he's
mean?
like Zion.
I don't know. Zion's a whole different beast if we're being honest.
Zion has 1 million followers on Instagram.
I don't think he's gonna go downhill at all whenever he goes to college.
I thought you were about to say you don't think he's gonna do that great. I was
No,
about to say,
no.
man,
I don't think he's going downhill at all.
I think
He's a
is
freak.
gonna fly through college.
He's
Yeah,
a
just
freak.
1
He-
year straight to the NBA.
He would win an NBA dunk contest tomorrow.
It's nuts. He just went on his Kansas visit.
God,
That's pretty scary.
how do you even choose where to go?
I don't know. Where would you
that-
go?
That
Where would you go if
that's
you're
Probably
Zion?
Kentucky.
Wait,
Probably
wait,
Kentucky.
yeah, the Pro Factory itself.
Or Duke.
But dude, that segments into another thing that was going on, that's still going on, is like them looking into college programs, like paying kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Louisville's been in that scandal for a
bro,
while now with
been in it, been
the
in it,
whole
And
like
Oklahoma
and
State.
Oklahoma
Oklahoma State
State, bro.
just they let their assistant coach go
Yep,
for bribing players.
they're cleaning out the old Marcus Smart era.
I mean,
don't
They're
even get me
cleaning out
started
the
on that.
Marcus Smart era. I ain't coming unless you bring my boy. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, my
okay,
boy's gonna come.
gotta bring
done,
Phil Forte.
done. No,
Yeah,
every other
yeah.
school's like,
They took me
yeah,
in high
no.
school, so I gotta take him in.
Right. So they're sitting there, and they're like, can we go to Kentucky? And they're like, dude, we'd love to have you, Marcus. And then they're like, yeah, but can my boy Phil come? And he's like, and they're like,
Yeah,
hell no.
Kentucky's like
They're like,
no.
are you kidding me? They're like, yeah, he can come be the water boy. And he's like, nah,
Right.
nah. Oklahoma State's like full scholarship for your boy Phil. He's in. like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
And of course, Marcus
So
like he bought me a home. I'm in, baby. I'm in.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
I mean, I would be if you told me that none of these big programs do any sketchy things with their money or with their players, I would be hard pressed to believe it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna name drop. I'm not gonna name drop here, but I've talked to multiple TCU football players. They getting kickbacks, dog.
I
Of course
mean,
they are.
yeah, like
They're getting kickbacks, and they're not.
Of
And
course
you
they
know what's
are.
crazy? You know what's crazy? They're not even like stars of the team, and they're telling me about the kickbacks they're getting. I'm hearing about it from other people, and I'm like, so what are they doing for the stars, bro?
Well, yeah, fam. I ain't come here to play school.
Right, right.
we
Well,
didn't come here to play
dude,
class.
Man, I ain't come here to play class.
I'm not even talking about little stuff like grades. I'm talking like, bro, like paying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
No,
not surprised at
not
all. Like,
surprised.
I feel like every big school does,
And
and
obviously,
that's based on nothing. That is just my guess.
yeah, and obviously they have like loopholes. Obviously, like like my okay. So a good example is like Sarita. She had a base rent, right? But like if she found a place cheaper than that, they didn't cut her how much she got.
Yeah,
You know what I
Right.
mean? So like
they can find ways like
yeah,
that.
they can find ways, but like dude, the stuff that like they do for these stars,
I
like
mean, can you
they're
imagine
straight
like
giving them money.
What Kenny Hill gets from TCU? Like, I'm sure.
His car note paid for. That's what.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Remember whenever OJ Mayo went to USC and he's all Bentley for a week
Yeah,
and then it's
bro.
got to go away. I like that. And then LeBron gets a Hummer in high school.
Dude, and Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush, his mom got the house and everything. Bro, you like how they just went over that? Like they just like glazed over that whenever it was back then. Dude, that's what's crazy. Like that was crazy back then, man.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you know stuff's going on all the time,
Dude,
and
for
I don't know if
sure.
that will ever stop. But
There's no
let's
way.
say, I mean, the NCAA has to know.
Dude, they have
They
to.
have to know.
Well, I bet they
At
let.
least to a degree, they have to know.
My thing is, I bet they let it go because they know that like if they just let little stuff like that go, then they don't have to quote unquote like pay the players.
Right.
Like
I
then
mean,
then the majority or the people with influence are happy, so they're like, oh, like forget
okay.
it, we're
So
fine.
let me ask you this: they
Yeah,
get all these perks that we're talking about, these kickbacks.
yeah.
Do you think that on top of that, they should get paid?
No.
Okay. So do you think that they
Well,
should
well,
get paid and then remove kickbacks?
let me recant my statement because initially I say yes. Okay, like I think college athletes should be paid.
You
Point
do.
blank, end of discussion. I think they should be paid. Now, should it be like a minimum wage thing? No, like they should get like okay, like let's cut their minimum let's cut minimum wage in half, okay, and let's pay them that. Like
Okay.
let's pay them half the minimum wage, okay, for these like non-existent programs. So a good example I was like, and I came up with this after brainstorming with TCU athletes talking about it because I was like, I think y'all should get paid, dude. And like half the girls that are in these girls sports, like we shouldn't. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, we don't generate traffic at our school. And I'm like, yeah, but you're still giving your school like these mandated hours, these ridiculous hours, and sacrificing your studies for it. Like you should be compensated somehow.
But do you
And
think this is not to say that I am disagreeing with you, just to play the other side of the coin?
yeah,
Do you think that a scholarship or like a discounted or free education is not that compensation?
no, not for after
for as
talking,
much
dude,
for
as
as
much as
much
they're doing,
as college is
yeah,
like expensive.
it, dude, is as expensive as it is, and like, I don't think that outweighs, dude. The amount of stuff they have to do for these programs is absurd. Like, I'm telling you, if you took away their scholarship part of it, you would think it's like slave labor. Like it's dude, it's ridiculous. They put in more hours for their athletic programs than you or John probably will ever like for work, dude. Like a 9 to 5 would be happy for them. Like they don't get that. Like let me break down. Like Sarita used to wake up. They had cycle mandatory. Okay, sorry, not mandatory. It was one of the Coach Gober mandatories, right? They put the air quotes
Right.
behind
You
it.
have to, but if you don't have to, yeah.
Right. You don't have to, but if you don't, you're
But
not
you have
playing.
to.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
don't, you're not playing. So they had mandatory cycling, dude, at 6 a.m. for an
Okay.
hour and a half. After that, they went to class. After that, they had their first practice.
But you can't include class in that.
Right, I'm
That's,
not right. We'll take out class, but they're done, dude. They're done with class at before 12. So you would come home
okay.
at 12, eat their lunch, right, and then they would go. They would have their first practice. Then right after that, they go lift. After that, they have film, if not a second practice. And then by the time they're done and they have meetings with their coaches, they get done like at like 10. Then they still have schoolwork to do. They're doing school. Okay, if they're decent at school and they want to do well at school, like Sarita,
Right.
like
Right.
multiple of the girls on the team like averaged a 4.0, like right, they're up till 1 o'clock, getting 5 hours of sleep and doing the same thing, dude. Like like the amount of hours they're putting in is just absurd. Like if they're not gonna pay them, limit how much stuff they can do. Like
Yeah, like an argument that I've heard. I've talked with a bunch of OU football, say a bunch,
yeah,
a couple OU football players, and they were kind of outlining their day, and it's like,
it's
man,
ridiculous.
yeah, their school's getting paid for, but a lot of times they make it pretty difficult for you to really utilize that
Right.
education that is getting paid for.
To even
So you
maximize
think
what
that
you're
they
getting paid
should
for.
get paid as well?
I am. I'm on team they should get paid.
Yeah.
Especially,
Yeah.
but I think that where that initially stemmed for me was the belief that I don't like the fact that you have this business or this entity, the NCAA, which is a multi-billion-dollar annual
Just making the
business,
bank off of them.
and they don't have to pay their employees
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's why I'm of the mindset that I think that the athletes should get something. I don't
Yeah. It's just something.
now. I think that nowadays, I really feel like a lot of them do at big programs. Like, I think they do. Yes, they do get their education, their college paid for, but a lot of times, if you look at what they're kind of forced into by their time commitments, I feel like a lot of them don't major or study like maybe what they really want to.
Yeah, not at all.
And
Dude.
so you might end up, with a free degree, but it might not be in what you want, and
Right.
So
you're left to dry.
that's funny you say that. Whenever Sarita went to TCU, they gave her an allotted, like, you didn't get to choose any program, bro. It was, hey, these are your programs you can choose from. And then there was literally the coach and counselor, the athletic counselor, that's like, and this is the one you should do. And it's of course the MRS, like sports
Like
communications.
communication.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was like sports communications, and it's like, what are they ever gonna do with that?
Right.
And
Right.
and of course the program's like, who cares? Like, it's gonna be what's easiest for them and allow us
Right.
to take most of their time. So that's what you're doing.
It was funny. I watched an interview with Bob Stoops, obviously while he was still as an active coach, and they asked him this question, and it was funny because he kind of skirted around it, answered directly, but he was talking about all the benefits that you get as a student athlete anyway, like the free education, all that, and he's basically saying like they get a lot. Don't worry about it. But of course, he wouldn't answer the question directly.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
that's
sure there are some
that's
laws
why
behind that.
that's why I think there's tiers to it, right? So this was my ultimate compromise when talking with like the other people. Whenever I was talking about it with these other athletes, like these student athletes, was okay. Let's do it by tiers, right? Let's say that your program. So let's say volleyball, like sand volleyball, the rifling, like in like
Right.
horseback riding, right? They should be in like one tier of like, well, they're not getting that much like coverage, right? So they're not really
Mhm.
doing that much. People aren't going and buying their jersey. You know what I mean? It's like maybe they should just be paid like a couple dollars per extra hours over X amount of time. So like, let's say, like let's do it like 40-hour work week, okay? And every hour that you're over that 40 hours, you get $3 for every hour over that, right?
Right.
Like that's semi fair for them. And then let's say for like football, right? Let's say football or basketball. No, actually, let's make the second tier, okay, of women's basketball, male basketball, tennis, and baseball at that school, right? Like, okay, now we'll put you in the second tier. We'll do the same thing. And then for every hour that we keep you over, since you do have more influence, we'll give you $4 an hour. And then you have football, you get minimum wage. Every hour that we take you from, we won't pay you for your jersey sales, but every hour that you're over, we'll allot $7. Just pay them something and give it in tiers relative to what they bring to the institution.
Do you think
I'm
it'd
sure
be
they'll.
more fair to do like a blanket stipend for
Well,
the athletes?
they would have to because you get so many equal rights.
See, and that was the
I
one
deserve to get
problem.
paid just as much as the
Yeah,
football
yeah, yeah.
players.
And
You know what I
that's
mean?
and
Like,
that's what was crazy whenever I was talking with like the different athletes. They're like, well, like in my head, I'm like, that makes sense, but obviously you're gonna have like some Title IX like
right.
person come in and be like, no,
All
no,
all it takes is one person to have
why?
that mindset.
Right. Why?
Shake someone.
Why are these women's sports of volleyball and sand volleyball
Right.
and
Right.
rifling like in horseback? Right? Why aren't they getting paid as much as the football team? Well, you don't do anything for the school. Like, great, you're great at what you do, but listen, millions of people aren't watching you and trying to buy your jerseys. That's why.
Right.
But like, we live in such a whack time now that like we have to take
I
into
feel like
consideration everyone's feelings. Like,
people would get so upset if the
it's
football players are
ridiculous.
making
Yeah,
than
they
like the
would.
baseball team.
But that's ridiculous, man. Like, come on, dude. Like, they're getting put. Is there like who even buys, even if this is a thing, like college baseball game from NCAA? Does anyone buy that? Like, even if they do, like, it can't be that many. Now, how many people buy NCAA 2K something like 2K18? Bro, everybody
Right.
buying that game. Everybody,
Mhm.
everybody's buying that.
You know what's interesting is I think they discontinued that franchise
What?
because the college football.
No
I don't
way.
think they've made a game the past few years
Yeah.
because of licensing issues with players. Because they were saying, I think Northwestern, I could be wrong, but I believe Northwestern had a protest because they believe that the likeness of each respective athlete for the schools was too similar, yet the players were receiving no credit and no like financial compensation for the game.
So why wouldn't they use that for jersey sales? Like let's just use the same logic for jersey sales. Fine, you don't
I mean,
want to do the game
honestly,
thing.
I think that I don't think the NCAA wants to give up any money. They don't want to surrender any revenue.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah,
But
you're
I don't
right. The
know.
last football game was NCAA football 2014.
2014. Yeah.
2014, bro. Dang, Tim Tebow, all of them on the covers.
I mean, I know that in that game,
Ain't nobody getting paid.
there was a guy at OU that I knew. He played for Notre Dame, and he's like, he wasn't like a starter or anything, but he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was in that game, except I was black, and he was like a big redhead. he's like, yeah, like same number and like my stats, but
Oh my
he was
god.
black. Like they just changed the skin color, I guess.
Wow, that's funny. I wouldn't even assume.
So I
So-
guess that is like a loophole or
So
something.
do they not make college basketball games either?
I'm sure they don't.
I don't know. They used to.
I-
Like
yeah,
like
they-
that wouldn't
if
make
they're
sense.
not making football, then
Right, that wouldn't make.
Right.
They haven't made a college basketball game since 2007.
Damn, who's on the cover of that?
Wait, for real? I'm pretty sure I have March Madness
Who is
06.
this? Bro, I don't know who this is.
Dude, for the record, I loved playing the NCAA football games.
Dude,
Really?
I thought they were better than I thought they were
Yeah,
better than the pro.
They were
ones.
so much fun.
Bro, who is this? Wait a second. Oh, sorry,
Hold on, let me-
sorry. The most recent was 2009. So is it 2K10 game.
Hmm.
Bro, who is?
Who's who?
I don't know who this fool is.
So Austin, maybe I missed your answer. What do you feel? How do you feel about the college athletes getting paid?
I don't know. I mean, I was asking the question originally. I don't feel like I know enough information to give an educated response on that, because no one really knows what's going on behind the doors. But
Mm-hmm.
my original, when it all first came out, I was strong on the whole side of no, they don't deserve it because they're already getting the free education, all this, all that, all the kickbacks. But the more you learn, the more you understand that hey, maybe that's not enough. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
their whole lives have been taken over and dedicated to their craft and points. Maybe they deserve something. You don't know their family situation.
Right.
Like they may be providing scholarships, but rent and food is a struggle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm sure they should deserve to get something. I just how much, that's probably the better question. Then how
Right.
much should they be getting?
Just give them some.
Yeah.
Just some. I'm not saying go pay these dudes where they're making 20,000-30,000 a year off of football. I'm not saying that, but give them a little something.
But that's
What's
not
interesting
even.
is that you see a lot of these athletes, and like look at like Austin, you went to OU. Like look at how the football players act. It's like they're not really acting like they're hurting.
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying. And most of them are
Yeah.
wearing jewelry that
Bro, but
probably is real,
And
but
they're in
like,
like new challengers and stuff. So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
right.
yeah. But also let's remember that's because of loopholes.
yeah.
Like that's because of like the reason they're able to do that is because they're making loopholes because the rules don't allow them to get like otherwise.
So do you think it would be fair? What if they pass legislation that basically just says that like, hey, all the stuff that's going on behind closed doors, that's cool, but nothing more.
That's
Do
fine.
you think that would be fair?
That's fine. That's fine with me.
I
So
mean, that's
in
fine with me.
theory, the actual circumstances for athletes could not change at all, but you'd be cool with it if they just say it's okay.
Yeah, because then it would happen more. Because like right now it doesn't happen. Like okay, so if you're at a big program, it happens, right? But
Yeah.
like, dude, these dudes that are like maybe not at the biggest football program, but still working their butts off, they're not getting the same. Like they're not getting the same
Hmm.
thing. Like my cousin that went to Arizona State and played football there, played slot receiver, dude. None of those players like had it like that, and they were like just a decent school at football. They weren't like outlandish, like they weren't crazy good. But you go look at
Yeah.
these dudes at like Alabama or I don't even know who else is good right now. USC is decent. I mean, they just lost to some crap school, but Florida, like these bigger programs like UT, like these programs that are like huge, bro. Come on, they're kicking back. They're kicking back.
I don't mean to jump
Interesting.
back too much, but Daniel, I had to look up what the latest NCAA basketball video game was,
Yeah.
and I'm thoroughly disappointed that you don't know who is on the cover of that.
Of
Either
what?
you're looking at something else,
I might be looking at the wrong one.
Oops.
because I am seeing that the most recent one was released in 2009, and it was for the 2K10 March Madness, and it literally is Blake Griffin on the cover in the University of Oklahoma.
No, no, no. There was a okay. I'm gonna show you the one. Yeah, yeah. I knew that one. So they had that one, and I think the one they showed before that might have been John Wall. Was 2000 and was it '09? I think maybe there was someone. Hold on, dude. This dude was so like irrelevant. It was ridiculous. Like
Well, '09 was Kevin Love
okay, it wasn't
from
him.
UCLA.
Dan, everybody I'm seeing on these covers is somebody you should.
No, no, no.
It's somebody
Watch,
you should
watch,
know.
bro. I'm about to pull one up, and you're definitely gonna be like, I don't know who the heck that is.
Adam Morrison.
Like I don't know who
Ooh,
that is.
Gonzaga. Everyone would know that anyway. Look at that
I
powerful
mean,
statue.
I mean,
Video
I know who that
game.
is. Yeah, because after Adam Morrison, it was KD,
Hold
and
on.
then
I'm just gonna pull it up.
Kevin
God.
Love, and then Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. I'm gonna show you the one image that popped up, and I just don't know who this fool was. Can I go find it? None of these are the same picture, bro. I think I was looking at some whack like unofficial thing. Like
You must
this.
have been.
This one's like KD. Like this one's John Wall. Bro, Melo's on here. What?
Yeah,
Hey,
Syracuse,
what
baby.
college?
He
What college
he
did John
won.
play for?
Kentucky.
I thought he went straight to.
Kentucky.
I thought he went straight pro.
No, no.
No, he's
I'm
too
pretty
young.
I
sure.
forgot he
I'm
went to
pretty sure Melo.
Syracuse. Yeah, I remember.
I'm pretty sure Melo won at Syracuse. Like they won the
Yeah,
whole thing.
they got JJ Redick on one.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin. Dude, where is the one? Hold on. I'm gonna go to my history. I just
That's dangerous.
I legit.
I had to flip that in.
Wow.
Hold on, bro. I'm just keep pushing like forward until I find this.
The
Cause it was
the
ridiculous.
meme,
It just wasn't.
It's like some WWE wrestler like fake dead in a coffin. It's like, wait, I have to check the search history or like clear my browser history. It's like resurrection.
Dude, we have to talk about pro wrestling the next time I'm on this.
Okay.
Oh, the pro wrestling, that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
We still need to
So-
go to an event because I'm
I
gonna show
wanna
up in
go.
overalls, no undershirt.
Ain't
I'm
nobody
just
going to that.
Oh yeah.
gonna gain
Let's do it.
100 pounds.
I would say
I'll
let's
definitely do
jokingly
it.
go to WrestleMania, but I'm pretty sure those tickets are way expensive.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah. Someone tell me who this dude is, cause I
Are you gonna
legit
send
don't
it
know.
to him?
Yep. And if this is someone I'm supposed to know, I just feel bad. I don't know who this is.
Greg Oden,
Yeah, I'm
Number
supposed to
one
know.
o-
I'm
number
supposed to
one
know
overall pick.
Greg
the
Oden.
number one overall pick. He went over Kevin Durant in the draft. That's Greg Oden, Ohio State.
Drafted by Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone I'm not gonna know. That's what
he
popped
Old
up,
man Oden.
and I'm like, sick.
Old man Oden, just
Hey,
the
so
worst
did he
knees
get
of
the
all
money?
time, apparently.
Did he get the money for that?
I
Being
don't
the
know.
first round
Who-
pick? The
I
first
have no
overall
idea.
pick?
I don't know. How many minutes did he actually log in the NBA? Like 7?
Man, I don't know. I mean, would you rather draft Greg Oden or Sam blah, 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 over Jordan? Bowie? Sam Bowie?
Sam Bowie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Bowie had a better career in the NBA than Greg Oden did, for sure.
Hold on.
Greg Oden was a beast in college.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
Yeah, sort of.
I'm about to hold on. I'm about to send.
Didn't Kevin Durant win the national championship though with Texas?
I don't know.
See,
I hope not.
I feel like he did.
Okay, so I just sent y'all this video. This would be like our closing video. But
Are
like,
you sending it to my phone?
I just sent it on Facebook.
Whoa.
So try to pull it up on your computer. Just try and pull it up on your computers if you
Oh,
can.
no,
Go
that's
to
not
Facebook,
good.
bro. And like, I just don't get it. Like this will kind of be our closing point or like closing video. We'll end on some humor here, some funny stuff. It's just
Are you gonna post this or show some of these clips in the actual video?
Yeah. So I guess you can't see the overlay I have now, but like there's a content window for it, and it captures everything that like I show. So like I just switch to the scene and then it pops up. But all right, so whenever you guys are ready, we're gonna
I mean, it just started playing automatically.
Okay. Go to the start. We're gonna 3, 2, 1 it. We're not gonna watch the whole 5 minutes. I don't want to watch all that. We'll watch like 2 minutes of it max, and then we'll close out. We'll say our goodbyes, give our shout outs. All right, y'all ready?
Right.
1.
Wait. I had it on my phone, but now I'm trying to like
Yeah,
pull it up.
put it on the computer because I don't want to hear it like over your different mics. You know what I mean?
Dude, I have not been on Facebook.
I had to actually log in to Facebook.
Y'all don't get
On
on
my
Facebook
computer.
on your computers?
No,
Actually, somebody else was logged in to their Facebook on mine.
I just don't really get on social media, honestly.
I wonder who.
Yeah, I promised to that person I logged out. Don't worry.
I'm ready.
I instantly logged out. Without looking.
Okay, here we
I
go.
don't
Here we
wanna-
go. Without looking.
All right, 3,
3, 2,
1,
1, play.
play.
Sick countdown, bros.
Oh, dude, I love this one.
Oh, here we go. Some four-wheel in action. Now I'm talking. Oh no.
God.
Oh no.
Why can't I hear the volume from this?
Dude, so many of these
What?
occur in like these just random countries
Oh,
where you,
Really? Like, where is that?
where you have wheels falling off cars and stuff while you're driving.
Oh no. Oh.
Dude,
What? Why would you keep driving? Why would you?
I'm having to speed to bring y'all this. That's that dude's dreads flapping in the wind.
wait, yeah, you're gonna show this video, right? So they can see this too.
Yeah, they're laughing at it all. Bro. Oh, oh. That's
Honestly, I will say I've seen way too many fail army videos.
Oh, dude.
Go Army. Is that what you said? Go Army video?
No,
Fail,
he's
fail army.
fail army. Look
Oh,
at the
I
top,
was like,
bro.
what? It's like, you're talking about that junior ROTC stuff? Because that's the way.
Oh. I like how they put he didn't die.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Oh, what is happening?
That's the best one so far.
That is the best one. That dude's laugh made it the best, bro. Oh. No, no, no,
Oh,
no, no. What? Bro, how'd that
Oh
dude
my
not
God,
die?
that's so lucky. Oh, here we go. Now
This is just
This
is
is
awesome.
Life, baby. Absolutely, that's what I do.
You're seeing also just driving into the ocean.
Hey, let's test the limits.
The car did die. That's funny.
What is this?
Well, the best part about getting
Is this a
like
photo?
just getting no, it's the best part of getting flooded on the 4-wheeler is I come out and my uncle's like, get a little bit of water, did you?
Well, the best part is like your uncle and your dad are like, "Why'd you do that?"
Oh!
I don't know. Just driving into water.
It's fun.
Bro, we're about to watch all 5 minutes. We're flying through this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh!
You go on top.
Bro.
That's too funny. Dude, this is just. Oh, this is
It's
awful.
got bad news written all over it.
That's
Yeah,
just-
this.
Oh,
Come
no.
on. Oh, man.
Oh no.
Come
Dude,
on
did you
now.
guys see the video of that 18-wheeler in Texas that was driving with its back
Here they
end
come.
like
Oh, Brittany's
up?
out front.
It was like a cement truck or
Uh-uh.
something, and
No.
the trailer was in its elevated, like in its dumping position, and just driving along the highway, and then it just smashed into this bridge.
Bro, what is
No, I
this?
didn't see that at all.
Is this a DeLorean?
A hovercraft, a DeLorean hovercraft.
Oh wow.
What the?
What just happened?
That reminds me of the In the Future me.
Oh no. Why? Why?
Oh,
Oh.
Custom financial options.
oh!
Online at Cal.
Get wrecked, mate.
Alright, this Ferrari's gonna be the last one.
Yeah.
He died on the clutch?
I don't know what happened.
That was it. I think he just died on the clutch there.
Oh.
LOL. Wow. Alright, wow. So, first episode. Let's see. It was. What was.
I'm still watching the video.
I had to just exit it now.
I'm
We
gonna
just
stop.
yeah, you just gotta stop. We'll call this a close. We'll call this a good closing point for the video. We just hit like an hour and like 15 minutes. I think is what we're gonna be close on.
Yeah.
So good first episode. We enjoyed having John on the show, obviously, and my co-host Austin. That was good. I think we're gonna have to do this little three person setup, a couple times, but it was.
Yeah, I feel like an
it was good.
hour. It's hard to really get into things like super in depth in just an hour.
Yeah, like ultimately, like, obviously you two got bedtimes out here, so we can't do a 2-hour show. But a 2-hour show would have been great. We had some technical issues before. Well,
No, we had some personal issues before.
personal and technical. We
I
had
had a little too much fun on the golf course. It took like a 4-hour nap. afterwards. I'm
No,
like, wake up.
that
like, I
wasn't
don't know
even our
where I
problem,
am.
bro. The nap wasn't the problem. It was the extensive showering, the peeing on the phone with us.
Austin had
It
his
was
ritual to rally.
yeah. We
I had to
he had to
rally
get it
somehow,
together.
man. I was
But
FaceTiming him in the shower. I was like, I need somebody to talk to so I don't just fall asleep in the shower. They just be on myself. I really just be on the ground.
man. So it's like
That's too
it's like
funny.
12 our time here. So we'll wrap this up. But I enjoyed having y'all on the show. Any last words? You want to say thank you to anybody? You want to say anything? Go. Now's the time. We'll let John go first as our guest.
I gotta thank my sponsors. Shout out Nike, Gatorade. Thank you. Always keep me hydrated. Thank you, Dymatize. Strongest supplements in the world. Thank you to Apple, making sure my tech is in line.
Hublot for the watches.
And I think that's it. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Hublot. Thank you for keeping the wrist game on point.
All right. Austin, you got any shout outs or anything? You know what's gonna be bad is John's girl's gonna see this and realize that she didn't get a shout out.
Shout out John's girlfriend.
There it is.
Shout out my girlfriend.
Nah, too late.
I got you, bootleg.
Too late for
Shout
John.
out my future Miss Boo because I'm single right now. So
Okay.
Rip my heart. Rest in peace, right here, fellas.
Shout out to Austin's girlfriend who he's dodging right now.
Look, real quick, 30 seconds, Austin. Is there a girl that is number one right now?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
That's all we need to know.
That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know.
Shout out that girl.
Shout out that
number
girl.
one.
Shout out that girl. Anything else? You want to say thank you to? You got any personal sponsors like Nike or anything?
Dude, nobody has sponsors like me.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, but they already know what.
Okay. Well, that is going to be the end of the show, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, this will be up on Saturdays. We'll try to do this semi-regularly. I am your main host, Daniel. That is my boy Austin to my left, and our special guest today was John. He's the still image of the sharp dude in the suit. You gotta give him props for the suit, guys. He put it on a suit for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you next time. Peace. Y'all gotta sign out.
Oh, peace.
I'll
see you.
I'm gonna have to come up with something then, like some signature.
Yeah, wait. I need a cool
wait a second.
goodbye.
You got like 5 seconds right now.
Oh,
No, we
sorry,
can do that. I'll have it ready for next time. But
There it is.
It's been real, fellas. I
That's
love you
the
guys.
end. That's the end. Peace, guys.